Hello friends. So if you have this RX350 and you have problems with your interior door handle, we need to repair that cable. I'm gonna show you how I got access to it. So there are several points of interest. First one, you need to remove this. There's a screw right in here. You can just flip this up with a screwdriver. I've been using these plastic tools. This one, actually, don't forget to put a piece of cloth or something, because you don't want to break any of the leather or the vinyl or plastic. And I just basically pry it that way, like this. It has the hooks here and here. Of course, we need to unplug that one. Another screw that you're gonna find, it's right here. And another screw will be this one. Once you have those screws out, there's even a hole here. You can just pull this and the whole panel should be loose once I remove these 3 screws. So let's pause it for a little bit and show you the inside. Very important, there's another screw right there. Don't forget that one. So you got 4 screws. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4. That's why you have to remove the control panel here. But it's not the cable that broke, but the actual lever. Yeah. So here it is. The portion that broke goes right here. And that holds the cable in position. And this is the little portion that broke. So honestly, I don't think this part should have ever broke. It goes like that. I'm just gonna try to JB weld it, but to get access to it, I think I need to get all these screws out to be able to pull this part out. So we'll see.
So here it is. If any of you, your handle breaks, that's what broke, and I don't believe they will sell just this handle. So I'm just gonna glue it, and after I glue it with super glue, then I'm gonna JB weld it. I've cleaned it already very good with soap and then some alcohol to get rid of all the greases, and let's see how this comes out.
So here it is. I reassemble the handle into the memory bracket, if you may say that. I'm gonna show you. Here's the glue, and this is already working. It has a spring. The next step is to assemble it into the door, and this may be a little tricky because these tags go underneath this plastic, so I need to pry this plastic up and then make sure I line everything perfect, and we're gonna do that right now. I'm gonna get a little bit of help of these plastic tools that they have served me well for this project. There he goes. That's one, and then there'll be a second one here. Let's see. It's like this is part of the most tricky part of the whole project. There he goes. Okay, come and see this assembled here. And before I start screwing up things, I'm gonna make sure that everything on this side is also nice and taut. There you go. You see this right here. Now we're gonna turn it around and use the screws. I'm gonna get my power tool. I love power tools. make things so easy. And I will use the torque or the power supply to this because I don't want to break the plastic. I'm going to start at 1 and in the slow speed. There we go. So here we go. And it seems to be had a little more torque than I want, so I'm actually going to stop as soon as I feel. There you go. Just have to remember to put all the screws. So it looks like the black areas you can use the torque, but in the white ones you can't. So be careful. As soon as you feel that it's all the way in, stop, because you will break that thread. And I examine all the screws are the same. Now Lexus has painted, I guess, the ones that go in here in the black area with a black line, but all the screws are the same. You don't have to worry about that. Always when you disassemble something, make sure that the screws are the same length or not. If not, mark them. Otherwise you run in trouble. And as always, there's always extra screws. They make cars with extra screws. I'm joking. You just need to find out where that extra screw goes, and it goes here. All right. So I'm just gonna double check now. Make sure. By the way, I call Lexus. This part is $140. And then the guy there told me, well, how about you call Lexus and they may pay for it. And the guy says, well, you need to go to the Lexus and they need to check the car. And God knows how much that cost. And then we're not sure that we're going to pay for that. So I said, well, how am I going to drive with the door all disassembled already? So I didn't even bother. I guess if it breaks again, I'll go to a salvage yard, or I can just buy a new one, I guess. All right, the next step is to put just enough electrical components. Just enough electrical components. So I'm going to start threading this. This is the courtesy light, and just make sure that it goes where it has to go. I don't want to be fishing for it later. Things easier. All right. All right, that was tough. This goes here. This is a tricky part. Okay. All right. Make sure you have your connectors before you start clipping. The other thing I've learned with different cars I've disassembled, make sure your clips line up before you bang them. Otherwise, you bend them and they're never good. All right, this is aligning pretty good. Don't forget the reverse order of your screws. And I don't want to screw this one up. So there you go. I'm going to start it by hand. I don't want to lose it in there and then have to undo everything I did. There you go. I'm going to increase the torque by 5. Okay, you got it. Decrease my torque again. And just remember where all your screws are. And the idea of torquing it a little bit, just a little bit, is so that you don't have rattling noises after a couple miles. I hate cars that rattle. That's why I bought a new car. But then you end up doing silly work like this. They should have never failed. Ever. Now this is gonna go this front side first, and then I'm gonna work his way in and push. That's it. Well, I guess I should have tested it first. And Houston, we have a problem. I didn't push this one enough. But at this point I'm gonna go back and redo this, but I'm gonna finish the video here, and you can see part of the problems. I should have tested that before I put the clips on. Thank you. All right, friends, Dr. Galvan here. We just fixed the RX350, and the inside driver handle to open the door broke. I called Lexus and I told them, hey, this is like a safety issue. You know, we have airbags, ABSs. Your handle, when you need to get out of the car because you're in a wreck, because there's fire, because maybe you're in a flood, breaks. What is about that? Anyway, so this video, I made it because I've been helped a lot by these videos, and I wanted to give back to the community. So if you like it, you know, thumbs up, subscribe. I'm new at this. I do other things, and but I'm very excited to be able to apport a little bit to this community. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'm not a pro at this, but you know, I'm getting a little better.